Welcome to Elevation Demonstration Streaming Channel, where self-love, unity, wellness, education, liberation, environmental consciousness, and continuous learning are our core values. We have created this space where growth, learning, and self-sufficiency take stage. I'm your favorite gardener, Chief Administrator of WE of Liberal Arts and Science Academy, and educator Paris Charnel, here to guide you through transformative stories, actionable tips, and thought-provocative conversations that empower families, co-op learners, and natural living enthusiasts. Whether you're embracing homeschooling, starting a garden, clean eating, diving into ancestral ways of wellness, or seeking community-driven education, this channel is for you. Together we'll witness the elevation of minds, bodies, and spirits. So grab a seat into Remedies Kitchen of Healing, kitchen discussions, and let demonstrations of growth begin. Stay inspired, stay elevated, and let's thrive together. Peace.
Hey everyone, I am Kimmy B of Butterfly Thoughts. I am a perspective coach, a author of many journals. I am also a speaker where I just speak life into people and allow them to see that, first of all, they're not the only ones in life going through what they're going through. And second of all, show them a different way and a different perspective on life so that they can now see their life in different perspectives.
Okay, so Ms. Kimmy, tell us about a challenging time in your life. How did this experience impact you, and what led it to help you create Butterfly Thoughts?
So I've been through a lot of things in my life which happened back to back, right? And where I lost a job, I lost my late fiance, and I lost my childhood home. So within that, and I don't, at this point in my life, I don't like to say I lost it, because in losing it, I also gained the ability and the lessons that I needed to learn, and the ability to be able to structure things in a way that now I was able to create a whole business out of, right? And with me being able to say, okay, yes, I lost these things. I got to now focus on myself and focus on what are the things that I need in my life, and where do I see my life. So I was able to write those things down in a notebook. Now, what I did was, I called in, like, not really called in, but I have been able to write down where I am in my life at that particular moment, understanding who I am and what I am, what the things that I want to be in my life, where I want to go in my life, what do I want to do in my life. And, so now I was able to structure all of that into different journals, right? So that now I can be able to serve the community and serve people who really needs it. So what I did, I structured into a gratitude journal. I structured into a surrendering journal. So being able to have gratitude for where I am in my life, for who I am, and for all the things that I did have, being grateful for that, and then surrendering the things that I don't have, that I may not be able to obtain, and learning to be able to go through the flow, right? So with surrendering, you be like, it will give you that sense of it is what it is, which is one of my sayings. It is what it is. It's gonna, whatever it is at this particular moment, it is what is going to be. So once you are in that space, you can now go with the flow. And the only way to go with the flow is to be able to surrender what it is that you think that you're supposed to have that you don't have.
Right on, sis, girl. You threw that question up, honey. And boy, I think this cut was better than the first one because you said it and it was just like boom, 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 boom. You just hit
right. Right.
But I lost my friend Michelle, and I had my stuff in my baby's father storage, and those heads was really the only thing that I really wanted. Like, I had so many books that I was giving away. I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna get a whole nother storage and be holding all this stuff. But her heads, these Egyptian heads, were very important to me. They were twins. I had 2 twin heads, and they came from Mexico. So she gave them to me before she passed, and I was like, oh my God, that's all. That's the only thing that I want. And the other one, when we did get it out of storage, the other one was broken. The head had cracked. I was like, dang. Yeah, having those heads on my altar or anything that she gave me was very important, because now the ancestor altars, for people that do tap in, they keep you connected with your people.
Right. And that's the thing. Yes, they do have a great connection to our ancestors. However, a lot of times certain spirits stay with objects. And if those items feel any of those, they connect however they connect, right? And whatever stays with them, it could be negative or positive. And that's where you have to understand that not everything that is connected to a person is something for you to hold on to, because you don't want all of those spirits in your home. So it's not even only about decluttering your space just to free up space, but it's also decluttering your space for whatever spirits are connected to these items, to free up your spiritual space, to allow the positivity to come in, for the positive side of the things to guide you, and for it to see. But they can't see if it's so many different spirits in that one space. So you have to free up that spiritual realm as well. So you have to declutter that. And that means you getting rid of stuff will help to declutter that.
Yeah. I have definitely decluttered. Shoot, they don't even have to be an ancestor. I have decluttered a lot of stuff that I was holding on to, from past relationships or trauma, stuff like that. I have definitely let those things go. Let me think. Furniture. Whew. Furniture that had from previous relationships. I'm like, why am I holding on to this? I don't want to hold on to this no more. I think,
and
like,
that's the thing. If we hold on to those things, you would never have what is supposed to come into your life would never be able to come into your life, because it has no room to come into your life for.
Right. Exactly.
It has no space to sit down in. So it can't come in. It's just like Steve Harvey. I heard him say this story where he said, he always told his mother, oh, he's going to get a new car. He's going to go get a new car. And she was like, okay, son. So one day he was like, why do you keep saying, okay, son? So she said, yeah, you could think you're going to get a new car. Yes, that may be true. However, that car is still sitting there up on.
Yeah, I remember that story. Oh, my God.
How do you expect that you're going to get this something new if you still have something sitting in its place?
Where you gonna put it?
Where you gonna put it? You still got this car up on bricks. in the
Why is
driveway.
that still sitting there? Oh man.
With how you expect that something new, your new car is gonna
Right.
come in because
You
it
have
has
the
nowhere to
money to
go.
move. You have the money to move that? Oh
So
my God.
he was like, he had to ponder on that for a while to understand what she meant. And
Mm-mm.
when he realized what she meant, he swept out, he got rid of it and he swept out the yard. Within a week, I think like within a week later, he got a new car.
But see, God, now that's God saying, now I'm gonna make way. Now you ready for the other part.
Now you ready for it. You
Because
got to
you,
make
sis,
room
because if
for
he
the
do
overflow.
it right, because if he was to put a new car right there with that old car, do you know how much drama his mom would have been like? Listen, son, listen.
Okay,
You got too much
exactly.
going on.
You guys to get rid of something. And that's what it is. And this is why, like, when people say you got to give from your overflow and not give from what's inside the cup, my thing about that is, if you don't give from what's inside the cup, how are you going to get an overflow?
Say that again. So if you don't give,
If you don't give from what's inside of the cup, how do you expect to get an overflow?
if you don't give from what's inside of the cup, how do you expect to get an overflow? You have to share. you,
You
you
have you have to
have to
give
put
what's
out.
inside the cup for more to come in, and the
Hmm.
more that comes in is the more you're gonna get that overflow.
You
So that the
gotta
more you
gotta
can give
pour
out.
into other people.
So
On
you
a
can't
positive note.
always say, "Oh no,
And
you
if
got
you
to
have
give from the
junk, you
overflow."
gotta
You
pour
gotta.
that junk out.
You can't keep all of that.
I hear you, sis. When I lost my friend, wow, one thing I do remember with her, she was always, and when I say always giving, she was always giving. She's a Libra twin, just like me, October 6th, and I can hear her voice now talking about Libra season. I miss her so much. That smile would be so big. Oh my goodness, just as big as her personality. But
Mhm.
she gives, she would give. That's why she has so many children. Oh my God, she has so many kids and godchildren, children from relationships that didn't want to leave her. They're like, no, we love us some Michelle. But
Mhm.
when it comes to holding on to stuff, Michelle will hold on to oh my God, she would hold on to furniture, she would hold on to curtains, she would hold on to Christmas gifts, I mean Christmas decorations that she would keep. I'm like, oh my
Girl.
God, Michelle. So but what she would do is, when you're talking about pouring into cups, what she would do is any of that she kept, I remember one Christmas she put up all this stuff in the apartment hallway. I said, Michelle, what are you doing? She decorated the whole hallway. Everybody was like, "You gonna put lights above our doors and all this stuff?" She said, "Yeah, I'm gonna put it up." They did not care. They let her go ahead and do it.
Have at it.
So when
And
you
you know,
talking
certain
about giving,
things,
wow,
right? And certain
decluttering,
things you can give, and put up and whatnot. And those things you hold on to for years, from year to year, but at least you're using it, right? Some people hold
yes,
on to stuff
she
and they're
took
not
care
using
of
it.
it. She cherished it. Yeah, she
Right. But some people
appreciated it. Oh my
take
God.
on stuff and hold on to stuff and hoard stuff that they still not using and they haven't
Mm.
used for 6, 8 years. Like, what are we
Like, what you
doing?
gonna do with this?
I'm like, when was the last time you used this?
When did you wear this? When the last time you wore this?
And
Mm.
this is why we got to go through our closets, especially our closets. A lot of times our closets is the heaviest place to
So,
declutter.
so let me ask you, when it came to your experiences of grieving, anyone you've ever lost, or any loss, it don't even have to be someone you lost. As far as unalive, it could be
Mm-hmm.
a relationship or
Mm-hmm.
anything. It could
Mm-hmm.
be something you had that was tangible and you lost it. It could be anything. How did you deal with? The question is, how do you deal with letting things go? Was it hard for you to let go of objects or thoughts or memories,
Right.
anything? And how did you
So I'm gonna say
masterfully
this.
deal with that?
So I lost my childhood home, right? However, in losing my childhood home, God blessed us with something else that is now our own.
Yes,
Right?
ma'am.
So know that when something you lose something in the sense, it's not only because it was their time to go or it was that thing's time to go, but to know that God is stirring up something that is going to give you something more than what you already had.
Ain't that the truth, honey? We were
Right?
just talking about decluttering, removing stuff. You got to be
Exactly.
ready to let it
Because
go.
my childhood
Mm,
home was an apartment that I'm paying
mm,
rent to, right?
mm-hmm.
Yes, now I still have an apartment, but this is an apartment, a condo apartment that I've bought that is
Mm-hmm.
my own,
I know that's right.
right? So in that sense, it is not that it's, it, yes, it's a different setup, but it's not to say that an apartment to a house, but I went from something that I was renting to now something that I
It
own,
can't be taken from you.
and
You
it
can't
cannot be
take
taken
this.
from us.
Can't sit here. You can't take this one.
You can't, right? So it is something more than what God gave, than what we had from before. God will always give you more, but you have
Absolutely.
to be able to let go of what is there. At the time, because I did not quite understand the capacity of what was going on when it first started. I was like, oh no, these people is not taking my house. This is my, you know what I mean? And
Mm-hmm.
I started to see things in a different now. It started across my TV. It started coming across my computer when I'm looking up stuff. And
Mm.
when I saw that, it now shift my perspective and shift my feeling, because now I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Okay. And so that feeling that I was having of no, you can't take this from me was like, okay, I can now see myself somewhere else, something different, and it being something that we have that is not able to be taken away from us just that easily.
Right. So you seen the opportunities, honey. Like,
I
oh,
saw the
what?
opportunity. That's what made me shift my feelings and shift
Huh.
my mindset
And that's
of
why you're the coach.
that's why I'm
Yes,
the perspective coach.
so we can both agree that what we're going through is not for us, it's for us to share with somebody else. There go that pouring again.
Absolutely.
There go that pouring again.
Absolutely.
Because
You
if
know what I
you would
mean?
have held
It is,
on to that place and that story,
I
that
wouldn't be
grief
where I'm at
behind it,
today.
your whole attitude would have been totally different
It will. It
on
would.
moving on. Oh God.
I
Wow.
wouldn't have been able to move on. The opportunity presented itself to me to make me switch my or shift my perspective on where I was at the time.
That is beautiful, sis. That's what I'm talking about. And you said
And
this started happening because stuff started coming across the screen to look at. But do you see how the message was coming through? Like, wow, the communication.
I was watching TV because I love watching HGTV and DIY and all those home network garden channels. I love watching them. Love watching how they build stuff and how it comes from ground level, build it all the way up. I love the whole satisfaction that you get at the end of it, right? And in watching that, a commercial
And
that
within
was
watching
coming on
that,
in their breaks. One of the commercials is what was the opportunity that made me started shifting my mindset.
I love that, man. I love
And this
that
is why
so
I
much.
tell people the TV screen can make or break you. Right? It's what you're listening to, what you're paying attention to. Because I've heard somebody say, oh, a TV is just an idiot box. And it can be. It can be, depending on what you are paying attention to. If you are paying attention to all the antics, semantics, and foolishness, absolutely, it can be an idiot box. But if you are paying attention and looking at certain things in a different perspective, like I did when I saw these commercials, I would not be here today.
Yes, ma'am. Exactly.
Right? Where I now own my apartment. Okay? One of the things my mother always said was, the day she have to pay $1,000 for rent for an apartment would be the day that she will own her own place.
Exactly.
Right?
Yes.
And the opportunity came up of this condo setting when we was in the midst of this whole takeover transition. Because there was people coming in to take over the apartment building that we was in, and they wanted us out.
What?
So that's why I said take over transition, right?
Wow, look at him.
So, and as this opportunity flashed across the TV screen, is how I shift the mindset again to go into the transition part of it.
Yes, you had and I'm so happy you kept an eye open, regardless. That right there sound like a little emotional intelligence too.
Oh, absolutely.
Don't get overwhelmed. God said breathe. Says wow. So so now we're talking about experiences. So how has your experience with the way you naturally heal through that or any particular loss influenced your lifestyle or mindset today? What changes have you embraced as a result of this journey?
Just embracing life. Letting things flow the way they are supposed to flow, and not allowing it to overwhelm you or overpower your mind. And knowing that I serve a higher power, which is God, Allah, Jehovah, Jireh, however you call him, because he's called by many names, but he's still the same person. So
exactly.
So I know that God is my higher power, my most high. So I know that no matter what, because he's always showed me that no matter what, he has something better in store for me.
Always. Yes, ma'am.
Right? So it helps me to now be able to calm down in a sense, breathe through the process, and allow things to just flow.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
What
ma'am.
my experience has shown me time and time again. So that's how I feel.
Yeah. I definitely agree, sis. I have been through some very interesting things. But when you hold on to your faith, you're like, you know what? I've seen worse. I've dealt with it. You know what you got, and then after God has proven Himself so many times, you like,
So
you
many
know what?
times.
I know it. I know exactly what to do with this. So you start looking at it like, I smell you. I
Exactly.
seen you before. So
Yep.
I,
Yep.
we understand life gonna come with some things. So
And
and
that's it. But it's
it's gonna come
again,
with.
it's lessons. And one of
Mm-hmm.
the quotes that I have that um keeps me grounded as well is that nothing in life is a setback. It's all a set up to your future. It's like a slingshot. When you have to put, throw that piece of paper or that rock, you have to pull it all the way back for it to be able to get
Yes, you do.
the facility or what's the word I'm looking for? The velocity that it needs to be able to shoot as far as it can go. Right? So
Yes,
once you
ma'am.
pull that all the way back, as far as that rubber band will allow you to go, and then you let it go, you will see how far you will shoot. Right? So you have to be able to allow God to pull you back a little bit so that when He does have everything set up in front of you and He lets you go, you're just gonna go Choo!
Exactly, sis. When you take these tools and you share it with other people, what are the reactions that you get from others with butterfly thoughts? Like, and how does that make you feel? You're like, oh my God, in this moment, I have triumph, and through this moment, I am prospering. Like, my pain has become a healing remedy for others, and I'm sharing it with
Yes.
many. So thank you, Lord, for what I
Yes.
went through. But it's like now look at the faces of the people that I can help. So how does that make you feel?
Absolutely. Oh my God. What a great question. Because that in itself is just, as people are able to shift their mindset, because again, that's what I'm really about, is shifting people's perspective on a particular situation or on their life on a whole. And when their minds start to dial into shifting their mind to other options and other things pertaining to that one thing, it's like that light bulb that goes off in their mind, and you can actually see it. If you're a person that's in tune and tapped in as I am, I can actually see when that light bulb goes off. And it's like, yes, this is what I want, because I've always said that I want to make an impact on other people's lives. And in order for me to make an impact on other people's lives, I had to go through certain things. And in those things, I've learned the lesson that now I have to pour into other people so that they can see things from a different perspective and not see things from just that one mindset. So, and it makes me feel so elated, so great, so enjoyable of what I'm doing, to say that I can now go on to doing it with somebody else again.
So, again, Miss Kimberly, I truly, truly appreciate you and all the time you spent here in the kitchen with us, with kitchen confessions, laying out all your confessions and telling the people how they can heal naturally through journaling. Oh my God. And not only healing, but also creating another vision, another experience, just knowing, okay,
Mm-hmm.
I done been through this. Now, what are the other opportunities that I have ahead? Let me
Absolutely.
write this down. Let me jot it down and put out my plan. But yes,
Absolutely.
please tell the people how they can reach you, what you have coming, and whatever else you would like for us to know, a affirmation, a prompt to take us out with as we close out. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you again so much for having me here. This was amazing time. So I love always catching up with you anyways. But so you can reach me. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, all the social media platforms. Let me just say it like that. At I am Butterfly Thoughts. I am Butterfly Thoughts. You can also reach me on my website at butterflythoughtsllc.com, butterflythoughtsllc.com. And you can always email me at butterflythoughtsllc@gmail.com, butterflythoughtsllc@gmail.com. Those are all the ways you can reach me. And also, again, DM me through Instagram, Facebook, whatever platform that you're on. And I'll be able to help you. Right now, I have, next week, I have my decluttering challenge coming up. And that is, again, to get you started on decluttering your space, decluttering your mind, so that eventually you can see the vision of what it is that you want in your life, where you want to be in your life, and just enjoy the ride of it all, because we have to stay in the present moment. We can't always look to the future or look in tomorrow, because we will never live in tomorrow. And this is one of the things that I say to people a lot. Tomorrow we will never live on, because when tomorrow reaches, it will be today. We will always live in today. Yesterday is now gone. There's nothing we can do about yesterday. So stay in the present moment. Enjoy the moment. And have gratitude, have grace on yourself, and surrender the things that you do not need in your life in order for you to progress in your life.
Boy, sis, I love it, sis. I'm so proud of you. I have witnessed your elevation. Oh my goodness. I am so proud. That closing was beautiful. Everything you said was right on, sis. So yeah, I'm not gonna hold you much longer. I'm super excited about the declutter challenge. I don't think I'm gonna be able to be a part of it, unfortunately. But you know you have my support, and I'm definitely gonna make sure reposting it and everything else that's coming up for December. And of course we gotta talk about it, because in Remedies Kitchen we have Remedies recommendation. So of course we have to make sure you go up on our Remedies Hall of Fame. We have of course we have Miss Strawberry up there. So now we definitely gotta have Miss Butterfly Thoughts. And I want to keep this going with sharing these remedies with others, so they can know, okay, what can I do? I don't know what to do. Who can I talk to? Where do I go? They need to know where they can go. But again, I appreciate you, Miss Butterfly. I'm gonna go ahead and let you go, sis, and we gonna be out with the people in the kitchen. We gotta clean up the kitchen. It's time to go.
Time to go, baby. We gotta clean up and get things going for the next one.
I know, right? Yes, ma'am. That remedy was beautiful. That remedy was beautiful. But thank you so much, sis.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you so much. And I appreciate you. All right.
All right.